Namaste and welcome. I'm Michael Stasko from OmStudies.com, and in this video I'm going to be sharing several rare insights about the root chakra based on the meanings and explanations as given in ancient yogic texts. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of the root chakra and the traditional practices used to activate this energetic center. If you're interested in learning more about the chakras, meditation, yogic philosophy, and spirituality in general, all geared toward becoming a more compassionate and integrated person, please consider subscribing to this channel and click the bell icon so that you're notified every time a new video is released. Today I'll be sharing knowledge about the chakras that I learned while living in an ashram in South India for 10 years, where I had the good fortune to serve and study under a master, Her Holiness Sri Karunamayi. I'm also going to include several points from my 6-week masterclass on the chakras. Okay, here we go. The root chakra is known as the Muladhara chakra in Sanskrit literature, which comes from two words, mula meaning root and adhara meaning support, making the Muladhara chakra our root support chakra. This literal meaning is one of the reasons that our modern understanding about the root chakra focuses on survival, stability, and feelings of being safe or grounded. According to several yogic texts, the root chakra is located near the base of the spine in the region between the anal orifice and the genitals, which we call the perineum. Okay, here's an important point. Even though the location of the root chakra is given in reference to our physical body, it is not part of our gross anatomy. In yoga, we say that the root chakra is part of the subtle body, or what's called in Sanskrit, the sukshma sharira. In short, we can think of the subtle body as an energetic or etheric body that cannot be perceived by our 5 senses. It's where we find the chakras, as well as an elaborate network of channels called nadis that carry the body's vital energy or life force known as prana. Having a deeper understanding of the subtle body is going to allow us to uncover more meaning about the root chakra. In many yogic texts, the root chakra is described as a red, 4-petaled lotus, and some teachers go further to say that each of these petals corresponds to a different energetic channel or nadi within our subtle body. The texts even go further to explain that each of these nadis resonates with a specific sacred sound. In the case of the Muladhara chakra, these sounds are Vam, Sham, Sham, and Sam. By chanting these sounds, we can energize and activate the Muladhara chakra. Now, you may have heard that the sound that corresponds with the root chakra is the bija mantra or seed syllable lam. And while this is true, we need to uncover a few more details to fully understand this point. Some yogic texts, like tantras, go into much more detail when describing the root chakra. They say at the center of these 4 red petals is a yellow square, and within that yellow square is where we find the bija mantra or the sound lam. This yellow square represents the element earth. In yoga philosophy, the physical world is said to be composed of 5 different elements: space, air, fire, water, and earth. The heaviest and most dense of these is the element earth, and the sound or the bija mantra, lam, is associated with the earth element. Okay, so to review, the 4 sounds that correspond to the petals of the Muladhara chakra are Vam, Sham, Sham, and Sam, and lam is the bija mantra or seed syllable associated with the element earth. Now you might be wondering what the difference is, and it is a very subtle distinction, but in some traditions, the earth element isn't assigned to the root chakra. In fact, in some of Hatha Yoga's principal texts, it assigns the earth element to the heart chakra. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Let's move on. One bonus point I'd like to add is that the element earth is associated with the sense of smell, and as a result, traditional practices dictate that fragrant items help to energize this center, especially the fragrance of sandalwood. Now, one of the most important points about the root chakra is that many yogic texts state that this is the resting place of the kundalini. The kundalini is described as a sleeping serpent energy that's coiled 3.5 times around and dwells within a downward-facing triangle found in the root chakra. The fact that a downward-facing triangle is mentioned is used to denote that this serpent energy is a feminine Shakti or power in the root chakra. When the Kundalini Shakti is awakened, she begins her upward journey, leaving the Muladhara center and traveling to the crown chakra in the top of the head. Now, we won't talk too much about the Kundalini in this video, but if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, or if you've had your own personal experience with the Kundalini energy and you don't mind sharing, please post a comment about that. I'll be down in the comments below, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. The root chakra, even though it's a part of our subtle body, also is connected to and affects our physical body. In Ayurveda, the ancient holistic science of health and longevity from India, the root chakra is associated with the downward movement of vital air called apana vayu in Sanskrit. This helps facilitate bowel movements and evacuation from the body. Some Ayurvedic practitioners and healers also associate the root chakra with a collection of nerves located at the base of the spine called the coccygeal plexus. They also associate the Muladhara chakra with the functioning of the bladder, anus, the testes in men, and parts of the uterus in women. Certain health problems and physical ailments have also been related to a weak root chakra or a root chakra imbalance. A few of these are hemorrhoids, problems with the bladder, elimination problems, and even Parkinson's disease. So here are a few things that we can do to encourage our overall physical health as well as promote a bright and vibrant root chakra. Number 1, belly breathing. Belly breathing helps relieve anxiety and keep energy in our root center. We can simply close our eyes, soften all the muscles in the body, and begin to inhale deeply by expanding the belly. We can pause for a moment at the top of the inhale and then exhale slowly out the mouth as the belly button glides back toward the spine. This diaphragmatic breathing helps to bring energy all the way to the base of the spine and keep the root chakra energized. Point number 2, yoga. The physical practice of yoga releases lots of anxiety and can also help energize the chakras. One particular posture is very beneficial for the root chakra and is called Vajrasana. Vajrasana means diamond or thunderbolt pose and can be performed by sitting on the heels. Number 3, eat mung beans and rice, which is sometimes called khichdi or venpongal in South India. This is a delicious Ayurvedic dish that's high in protein, relieves anxiety, and helps stimulate the root chakra. I'll include links to a couple of recipes that you can try in the description below. The chakras as they appear in yogic texts contain many esoteric points and also discuss various deities associated with the chakras. In the case of the root chakra, several deities are mentioned. The most popular deity that's mentioned is the elephant-faced god Ganesha. Ganesha is revered as the remover of obstacles, and when we chant Ganesha mantras, meditate on Ganesha, or make offerings to Ganesha, all of these things help to energize and clear the root chakra. It should also be noted that Ganesha is often shown with a cobra adorning his belly. This cobra symbolizes the kundalini and is another connection to the root chakra. Another deity associated with the root chakra is the Hindu god of creation, Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma has 4 heads, and each of these heads corresponds to a different petal on the Muladhara chakra. They also correspond to each of the 4 Vedas, the sacred texts of India. In addition to these masculine deities, some of the tantras explain that there is a presiding Shakti, a radiant power, a queen of the chakra. In the case of the root chakra, this feminine deity is called Dakini. Dakini is also said to be the governing faculty of the skin and external tissues. You may have also heard that there's an animal associated with the root chakra, namely the elephant. And while one interpretation might be to assume that this elephant is a metaphor for the qualities of being stable, strong, and grounded, the texts give a more esoteric interpretation. This elephant is not a normal elephant, but the king of elephants, a celestial elephant known as Airavatam. Airavatam also carries on his shoulders the Hindu god of heaven, Indra. Indra's bija mantra is also the sacred sound Lam, the same as that of the earth element, and that's the reason we have an elephant shown carrying this bija mantra in some tantric texts. The yogic texts also list a variety of benefits to meditating on the root chakra. When a meditator focuses in this area and activates the Muladhara chakra, it is said that that person can sit for long periods of time in meditation effortlessly. They might even feel their body become very light or almost weightless on the floor. The texts also go on to say that when the Muladhara chakra is meditated upon, the person gains command over speech, knowledge of the past and future, and even physical beauty. I've summarized all the information in this video in a short booklet all about the Muladhara chakra that includes references and graphics and a few bonus points. That's free for you to download. The link to it is in the description below. Also, if you think I left anything out, or you'd like to share information about the root chakra, please let me know by leaving a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. My love and respects to all of you. Namaste.